Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to take a look at what's happening next week in the world of Gems of War on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, Android, and mobile formats. Always good to know what is happening, because if you've got a limited number of gems, you may want to save some for an event later in the week as opposed to one that's earlier, for example. Anyway, Confucius says, "Man who fights with wife all day gets no peace at night." Yes. Anyway, next week we have a new campaign starting. This one is the Window of Spirits. Looking forward to that and seeing what we think of that on Monday. Also, we have an incoming Guild Wars. Of course, Monday is not the first proper day. This is just where you set up your defences and get prepared for the battles of Head. The first main battle is on Tuesday. On Monday, we get a new Soulforge, of course, and I'll be taking a look in there and doing a video on that, telling you what I think is worth crafting and what is worth avoiding. Like this week, if you've not done it already, there's just a couple of days left to make the most of what is possibly the best Soulforge ever. There's 3 potential top 10 mythics here, and they are absolutely all superb. The Wild Queen, really, really good. Steals up to 48 attack in my case. Creates a load of skulls and green gems. The only downside to her is if she's in a bad mood, that can work against you, so it is best to try and get the enemy entangled first. Grey King, I think I gave that my mythic of the week. I just about edged it as he was the best one for me. And it's just because his spell is utterly reliable. You know how it's going to work. Destroy all gems of a chosen colour, and they are removed with a full effect, so if it's the same colour as him or what he uses, you can charge him up again, potentially. All enemies of that colour also take a decent amount of true damage, are mana drained, silenced and frozen. Fantastic. Mistralis, also really, really good. Deals splash damage to 1 to 4 random enemies, then jumbles the board and gains an extra turn. And a fantastic third trait at the same time. So you can't really go wrong with any of those 3. They are all absolutely superb. So this is kind of a last chance saloon to grab one of these top 10 mythics, because a Soulforge like this does not come along very often. Also, most weeks on a Monday we get the New World event, but at the time of making this video the information has still not been released, so it's a bit of a mystery right now. So regardless, whatever it is, I'll still be showing my World event team on Monday, presuming that is what it is. On Tuesday, you can have a wander through the Weirwoods, because we have a faction assault in the Weirwoods. So a good chance to come along here, get some more shards, open some more portals, and get that horde level up in the Weirwoods. On Wednesday, we have pet rescue time, and this one is Fennekin. This strange looking red-eyed fox with more tails than legs. Pets are always worth getting. You get these to level 20, you are going to find it much easier going later on in the game, because a lot of your kingdoms are going to be based on having a certain pet from a certain kingdom, so always do your pet rescues. On Thursday, we have a class trial in a Warden class. It's an Oak-clay class. Oak-clay? What's Oak-clay? Is that when you're like making a pot or something, doing all the pottery whiz with the wet clay and stuff, and it goes wrong and collapses everywhere, and you go, "Oh, clay!" You don't probably say "oh clay," you probably say "oh flipping" a lot worse than that. But anyway, let's take a look at traits in here. Nothing special. I mean, compare that to the third trait in Elementalist, for example. It's no comparison. You would then expect the talent trees to maybe balance things out and be a bit better, but it's not fantastic still. It's just alright. This one depends entirely on the weapon you are using. Hunt is good though. I do like Hunter's Mark. This one's okay. Root Trap pretty good, as is start a battle with Barrier. Light Fingers can be good if you're just hunting for gold. This one's alright. Nature's Aura, Leaf Storm at the start if you're in a green team, which is what Warden is all about. Or a chance to summon a bandit. Yeah, but they're okay. Banishment is good. Dispel all enemies, very good indeed. Dodge is excellent if you're a dodgy McDodger. But yeah, it's an okay class, but the point is you want to get these all to 100 in the long run, so come along and do this event and pick up the extra XP effectively for free. And this Friday will also be Mythic Friday, as it will be the first Friday of the month. Do you like these things? I'll do a key opening video for this, see how many keys it costs me to get the latest Mythic, have a quick look at it, and then do a team later on in the day, probably, trying to see if we can make the most out of whatever abilities it may, or in some cases, may not have. And also on Friday we have a second faction assault. This one is in Fang Moor this time, so a good chance to come along here, get some more shards, open up some more portals if you're missing any troops, and get that horde level up to make doing these delves easier. So there it is, there's my spoiler video for what is happening next week in the world of Gems of War. A currently mysterious new world event, the Window of Spirits new campaign. Guild Wars, I do show all my battles for them, so be sure to check those out as well if you play Guild Wars. I try and mix my teams up a little bit to make it interesting. I also show my teams for the faction events and the class trial, as well as making some teams maybe for the new Mythic, depending upon what it does. So there it is. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to bash that like and subscribe button. I do these kind of videos every single week. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.